Now we're going to move over to some big news in the world of gay rights. Openly gay youth may now join the Boy Scouts after 61% of 1,400 scouting leaders voted to overturn a long-standing policy banning gays. Supporters of the measure are declaring victory, but not stopping their fight, as the vote does not permit openly gay adults to serve in staff or volunteer leadership roles. Zach Walls, an Eagle Scout and founder of Scouts for Equality, joins me now. Zach, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralph.
Okay, so you know what? I mentioned the top line data about 61% of people supported this. I want to ask you, how did you make this happen? You led this charge.
So there were a couple of things that we did. Starting last October, we started putting some pretty serious pressure on the BSA's corporate donors, ranging from Intel to UPS, and we were able to get a number of their top donors to pull out and say, we're going to pause our funding until the BSA ends their ban entirely on both gay youth and on adults. So that funding won't be coming back yet. This was definitely a step in the right direction. We were also able to tell some really, really effective stories. One of those stories was about Ryan Andreessen, a young man out in California who was denied his Eagle Award because he was gay. Another one came out earlier this year, a young man named Pascal Tessier, who was also in a similar situation, a Life Scout, just one rank below Eagle, who had satisfied almost all of the rank requirements for Eagle. And as a result of this policy, I was there in the room yesterday when the news broke. I got to see the reaction on his face when he found out that he will get to be an Eagle Scout. However, as we were having our press conference, I think it really settled in for him that even though he will be able to get his Eagle, he'll still, under this current new policy, be kicked out when he turns 18. And so today we're really recommitting ourselves to full inclusion for all adults and for parents like mine.
Okay, that's an interesting point. Now, so really that's the next step for you is taking this fight to allow adults to also serve in volunteer other leadership roles, to continue serving as scouts, really. What are the barriers to that?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, I think we're going to be running into a lot of the same forces that we ran into this first time. And that was why we really took a very grassroots heavy approach. We mobilized thousands of volunteers across the country who had personal conversations, scout to scout, leader to leader, scoutmaster to scoutmaster. And so we think that these conversations and these personal relationships are really the only way you can move past the things that stand in our way: homophobia, a fear of change. I think an attachment to this idea that somehow there is something here that is under attack or something to that effect. And the only way you can really move past that is by leveraging these personal one-on-one relationships. And so we have more than 7,000 Eagle Scout members of Scouts for Equality, and we've got more than a total of 15,000 members total. And so we're really going to be asking these parents, our incredible volunteers, to leverage those personal relationships and to help move the needle as we go into the closing stage of this campaign.
Zach, what do you say to opponents of the policy change that believe this puts kids at risk?
Yeah, well, the data disagrees, and the Boy Scouts disagree. If you actually look at the Boy Scouts' internal research data, they said that the survey of the child safety experts that they talked to, there's a quote near universal agreement that this would have no impact on the BSA's today their incredible youth protection program, and that there would be no other side effects, so to speak, by including adults.
Okay, and it's notable, by the way, that the Mormon Church supports the decision. They're the largest outside sponsor of scouting troops. The General Commission of United Methodist Men, second largest sponsor. Was that expected?
So, when we started the campaign last year at about exactly this time, actually, we were not expecting some of these major partners to come on in a full endorsement. We were expecting most of them to take the kind of same tactic the Catholic Church took, which was kind of a hands-off, we're not necessarily going to take a position one way or the other, and just say that we remain committed to the future of scouting regardless of the outcome. So the fact that, folks like the Mormon Church were willing to kind of get into the arena and really take a side was definitely, I think, a very powerful indicator of the times. It's always a little odd in my position to find yourself on the same side as the Mormon Church, as it were. But what I think was not surprising was the fact that the opposition, the largest opposition, remained the Family Research Council, the Southern Baptist Convention, folks who are way out of the mainstream at this point when it comes to these issues.
Okay, Zach Walls, thank you so much for joining us this morning.